Yo, what's going on, guys? And we're hearing that the Blazers and the Wizards are discussing a trade involving Kristaps Porzingis and the third overall pick. We heard that the Wizards would only trade Bradley Beal allegedly for a top three pick, or they were looking to move for a top three pick. Those were the reports. They were trying to move Bradley Beal to get into the top three of this year's draft. Evan Massey, I was told from Hoops Analyst, I was told take it with a grain of salt if it comes from him. So take it with a grain of salt. But I made a signing trade. He's the one who's reporting that the Wizards and the Blazers are discussing a trade. And I look at this. So Kristaps Porzingis is extension eligible. He can be signed and traded. So with that being said, if you can renegotiate an extension instead of having him opt into his player option, you tell him, hey, take a pay cut this year of $21 million. Next year we'll pay you 36, and then the third year we'll pay you 30 million. Beal and Kristaps can then be traded to the Portland Trailblazers, all right, and they can re-sign Jeremy Grant over the cap because they have his bird rights. So their starting lineup could be Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, Shaden Sharp, Jeremy Grant, and Kristaps Porzingis. And low-key, as much as you guys might not like that, that team's a contender. And the Blazers would have to give up the third pick, Joseph Nurkic, Kevin Knox, Anthony Simons, Naz Little, Keon Johnson, Trendon Watford, Jabari Walker. I don't know why I put John Butler in there, so ignore John Butler, Geneth Williams, and the third pick. They could also throw, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts right there. What do you guys think of that? Ignore John Butler being there, but I do think that this could be something very, very, very realistic because Kristaps Porzingis is extension eligible. You can tell him, okay, don't opt into your player option. Sign this extension for basically right here. It's like almost $80 million over 3 years. And this improves the team's offense and defense. They become way better offensively. And the Blazers then would just have to fill out the rest of the roster with cheap contracts, which is possible. Wizards get the third overall pick, and they get a bunch of young guys who they can, throw into their system and hopefully work out. They need young guys. They get a platoon of young guys. So I think right there, that one's a really good option. And I want to hear your guys' opinions. What would you guys do? And do you guys believe the validity in these rumors about Kristaps Porzingis being negotiated with, the team, the Blazers, to go there? Again, a sign and trade would make sense because then he can take a pay cut this year, get paid next year as they'll be over the cap, and then they can, just pay the luxury tax. So for me, that makes sense. What is your guys' thoughts?